Back to the show, I'm Frank Delella. The 8-time Tony Award-winning hit Hadestown was one of the first 2 musicals to return to Broadway just last week. I was on hand for the show's big night back and caught up with the musical stars Eva Noblezada and Reeve Carney at the Green Room 42 in Midtown right before they took their reopening night bow. Let's take a look. Eva, Reeve, take me back to when Broadway shut down. What went through your mind when that happened?
I don't mean to smile because it was not funny whatsoever, but the funny part about it for us was that it was literally our first day of vacation. So we had not taken, I hadn't taken a single performance off throughout the year, and we finally were given time to be able to travel to see family.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
Amazing.
We were halfway to Kentucky when we got the call.
In March of 2020, performers Eva Noblezada and Reeve Carney were just weeks away from celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Hadestown opening on Broadway. Then, the pandemic-induced shutdown began.
At the time, we thought it would be maybe 2 weeks, so...
Yeah, which seemed horrible at the time. We took a little video the night before, because we left after the double show day, where we were like waving goodbye to the Walter Kerr, and that was March 11th.
In your wildest dreams, did you ever think it would last this long?
No.
No. Hell no.
And I'm impressed with all of the measures they put into place in order to bring it back as early as they have, because at a certain point, I really didn't think that we'd be coming back until spring 2022. So
Same.
It's great that they're doing everything they can to
make it safe.
Yeah.
As safe as possible.
Did you ever get to the point during the shutdown where you thought to yourselves, am I ever going to go back to the theater? Am I ever going to get back on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think everybody thought that. Everybody across the board of performers, everybody. Everyone I knew who was an integral part of putting on a show thought that.
Yeah, even some people, I was texting with some quite legendary Broadway actors that were saying the same thing. And hearing it from them made me think, wow, it did certainly cross our minds, just thinking, yeah, how do we get back to this? We really have to come together as a global community to keep each other safe. And it's great that everyone is doing what they can to make that happen, because I know that the fans are as excited as we are to get back on stage.
There's a little art imitating life, life imitating art. You guys play lovers on stage. You're lovers in real life.
What?
Whoa.
Surprise.
Whoa, whoa.
What does this mean?
Just talk a little bit about these parallels with Hadestown and the real life Eva and Reeve.
As actors, I mean, generally, it's easiest to portray characters that are as far away from you as possible, I think.
When I'm on stage, I'm Eurydice. So when I look at the actor on stage who's playing Orpheus, I see Orpheus.
Yeah, I will say at the end of the night, after almost 3 hours on stage, it oftentimes feels like I haven't seen Eva for 3 hours.
As the pandemic dragged on, Eva and Reeve found different ways to support themselves. Eva pivoted to some screen work as the Broadway shutdown continued. She appeared in an episode of Law & Order SVU, like some of her fellow Broadway actors. And her first feature film, Yellow Rose, was released in late 2020.
Because it was released during the pandemic, we needed to have the artwork for the DVD release, and just like generally. So I didn't have a photographer because I'm not having someone come over to my house. Reeve took the picture.
You were getting creative too. Quarantine effects.
Oh, you know about that too?
I know about that. During quarantine, Reeve created quarantine effects, designing hand-built guitar effects pedals.
I think with the pandemic, that really helped me just being at a soldering station for 8 hours, 10 hours a day. It felt like I was in control of my own little world. You know, there were so many destructive elements and disruptive elements to the last year and a half, that feeling that you're creating something that's actually growing and giving life to something, it was a really good thing for me psychologically.
What was the hardest thing with getting back into character, getting back into your role in the room once rehearsals started back up?
You're talking right now? Because right now, for me, it's blocking. I don't remember anything.
No,
really?
That's not true.
No, it's true. It's the truth.
I think the hardest part, though, wouldn't you agree, was going back into the rehearsal room. Because you have a muscle memory for the scale
of the theater.
and where everything is, and it does not play at all the same way in the rehearsal room.
I felt like I took 4 steps back in rehearsal and then like jumped 18 steps forward once we were able to go on stage.
What are you looking forward to the most with reopening night of Hadestown?
I think we're just excited to see like how it makes us feel, because that's kind of almost it's like vitamin C for actors. Like you're so used to putting that in your body. You're so used to experiencing that joy and that connection between you and the audience. You look at each other and go, "We did it, well done." As audience as well, thank you for coming with us on that journey.
This is gonna sound so cheesy, but the first thing that came to my mind was a dream come true. It is true, it's true, you know, because we weren't really sure what was gonna happen for a while. Thinking, are we gonna be able to do this? We're gonna have to have plastic shields between us, what the heck are we gonna do? So the fact that we're doing this the real way, it's really exciting. Being back on Broadway is a dream come true.
And you can catch Hadestown now playing at the Walter Kerr Theater. All right, it's time for one last break, but coming up next, September 14th marks a big night for Broadway, and NY1 is celebrating in grand style. I'll explain just ahead.